Hello, and welcome to Meet the Author, a show where we explore the world through the imagination of talented writers. On this show, we will talk with authors from Laurel, Prince George's County, the DMV, and beyond. At 17 years old, Justyn was battling low self-esteem and chasing love, acceptance, and protection in all the wrong places. After some time, though, she decided enough was enough. She used her hardships not as a crutch, but as motivation to give back to the community, which she felt she had been missing. She began mentoring young girls to remind them to aim higher mentally, spiritually, and physically. A mentor, author, motivational speaker, a dreamer, a thinker, and a visionary. Let's meet Miss Justyn Iman.
Helps young girls develop life
Very true, very good.
how to see themselves as relevant and to be productive. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Justyn Iman.
Hi.
Hi, I love it.
Nice to have you here.
Thank
Glad
you for
you like
having
that.
me. I don't think you understand. On the way here, I was, I have, a couple girl power songs that I got to listen to on the
Right.
way. And, I got my girl power in, so I'm ready and I'm excited. And I'm just happy that you had me here.
That's good. So you can share all your information. Use that excitement to talk about your organization.
Got you.
So that's what we want to start with.
Yes.
So, well, first, I want to start with, I found you on Fox 5 TV. I was so excited about that. I looked for different places to find local authors. And when I saw you on Fox 5, I got your contact information and heard about your organization and reached out to you. And you responded. So thank you for that.
Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you were up and you tuned in. Thank
Right.
you.
So you were talking about your organization, Laces to Bows.
Yes.
Share that with us. What's your mission for that organization?
So Laces to Bows is a nonprofit mentoring program. We creatively, I like to promote and support the girls being able to creatively express themselves just by using the unique experiences and things that they go through, in their day-to-day life.
Right.
My motto is teaching young girls the proper way to lace and tie the bows of their lives together.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so with that organization you've had, you started in 2014, right?
Yes, 2014 is when I started. A lot of people ask me, what was your inspiration or what made you start? And honestly, I was my own inspiration. My story was just a story that I realized that wasn't just my story. And as I got older, and then I got a little sister, and I started to see things that she started to go through, and she had friends, and guess what? Behind her is going to be another generation of girls. So the best way to make change is to start it.
You're
And
absolutely
that's
right.
just how I got started.
Well, sounds good. And so with starting the organization, you have had a couple events.
Yes.
Just want to talk about that because you've been pretty busy.
Yes, yes.
So we said we started the organization in 2014.
Yes.
So you had a spa day and brunch.
That was my very first event, was a spa day and brunch. I was able to be of service to 300 plus girls.
Okay.
I was able to have Yandy Smith from Love and Hip Hop come out, and she too has an organization called EGL, Everything Girls Love. And it was amazing. It was amazing. And what's crazy is the volunteers that I had when I first started, those ladies are still with me and still volunteering today.
Believing in your vision.
Yes.
Keep working.
Yes.
Okay, so that what you said was the first
That
event.
was the first event. After the event with Yandy, I've had more spa days. I was able to just grow my organization and have bi-weekly sessions, which we still do to this day, every other Sunday. I've had cancer awareness events. I do cupcake wars every
I saw
year.
that.
We just did the 3rd annual, and this is an event that we partner with Shoe City. Shoe City is a company that a lot of young girls and boys that look like me and their parents are standing outside and they waiting in line for shoes. So
Right.
Shoe City sponsors that event, and basically bakers, youth bakers, they join the competition. We do 6 contestants. The contestant that wins gets $1,000 in cash, courtesy of Laces to Bows, Inc. They also get a chance to make desserts for a Shoe City event, whether it's a shoe release event or a corporate event. You get paid and you get amazing exposure. And you'll also receive a photo shoot to brand and market yourself on us.
So for your events, you mentioned the $1,000. So do you do fundraising throughout the year for this? You have sponsors? How do you?
Definitely through fundraising. Every event is a fundraiser.
Okay.
So every time we have an event, we're using that to put back into the business
Okay.
and keep pushing for the
Okay.
next thing.
Makes sense. So you've been pretty busy. So you mentioned the Cupcake Wars. You have a couple of boot camps and overnight stays.
Yes, so the boot camp, which is approaching in August.
Okay.
So I do a boot camp every year. Every year, it's a week-long boot camp. The one that's coming this year is overnight, so this will be the second overnight boot camp. And during the boot camp, it's really unconventional.
Okay.
You want to know something? Every time I think of camp, I feel like they're all the same. You know, you have
Right.
camps where you're outside or, you know, like basketball camp or something. Okay, cool. But what about having fun, but also learning things that are going to help you in life?
Right.
Something that you don't get to do in school. So during camp, you're having cooking classes because 9 times out of 10, you're being raised by a single mom. And we're missing out on those mommy and me moments in the kitchen like our moms had.
Right.
You're having mentoring sessions every morning. You're doing yoga. A lot of young girls, they struggle with self-esteem in the way that they look. And a lot of them don't like to work out. But what are you exposing your kids to? Because it's ways to be healthy.
Right.
But we have to be exposed to it. A lot of our kids are musically inclined, so we make music. I personally don't agree with a lot of the music that
Right, the
our
lyrics.
youth listen to, but if you want to change the narrative, you got to be the change. So I allow them to use what we talk about in mentoring sessions, and let's put it in a song. So then when you go back to school, you telling your friends, yeah, I was in camp and we talked about trust and we talked about love. Oh, and I made a song. Let's listen to it. So now we switching up just conversations in classrooms, and then actions will follow after that. So it's really like a ripple effect.
And that's awesome. Like you say, you meet them where they are, and then you
Exactly.
be the change.
Exactly.
That's a great way to do it. So one of the other things that you have done in your organization is you wrote a book, which is why you're here with
Yes.
Meet the Author.
Yes.
So that was around 2018.
Yes, the end of 2018. The book dropped November 4th.
Okay.
Yes.
And so the book is Pretty Girl with a Purpose.
Yes, Pretty Girl
All
with
right.
Purpose. It's a Laces to Bows presentation, and it is by myself, Justyn Iman. And Pretty Girl with Purpose. So every girl wants to be pretty, and every girl is pretty.
Right.
But what's pretty without purpose? And there are 5 agreements that I pride myself on, and this year's camp is based off of the 5 agreements.
Okay.
And the 5 agreements, first one being love yourself, trust yourself, appreciate yourself, learn to take nothing personal, and my favorite is living a life of impact. And I personally feel like if you can challenge yourself every day to put your best foot forward in each agreement, you're a pretty girl with purpose. You got purpose.
There's a meaning behind
There's
it.
nothing like having purpose. You here for a reason. You got a mission to fulfill.
You're all right.
So
That is great. So with this book, I found that the way it's written is like a journal.
yes.
And it has affirmations and different activities for the girls to
Yes.
participate in. So it's not just reading. You have to
No.
do something, like you said.
It's literally like a workbook. What's crazy is because growing up, I would receive so many devotional books. And yes, my mother introduced me to God at a young age, and I'm proud of it. But I would feel left out because I can't tell you every character in the Bible.
Okay.
I can't tell you every story and every detail. And a lot of devotional books have that in it, and it's nothing like giving a child a book and you mean well and them getting into the book and then just feeling like, man, I'm not good enough for this book.
Right.
Because I don't know what Job did, or I don't
Right.
really know what happened in the beginning.
Okay.
So this is my version of a devotional book where you can, read the chapters and learn, where you can express yourself. Social media is the thing. So I have social media challenges. Instead of you just posting and post and tell, why should we love ourselves?
Right.
Tell me why you love yourself today, and then tell me why I should love myself. There are activities that you can do with your parents.
I saw that.
Pictures, quotes. It's a lot of stuff in it.
And like other stuff in there, you have the personal handwritten letters from your mentees.
Yes.
So what made you decide to add those?
Because out of all the books that I've bought, I never felt connected with the author.
Okay.
And I think that everything that I put out is a representation of me, and I want to make sure that I'm giving you the best representation I could possibly give you, and I also want to make sure that I'm leaving you with something, if not everything, but with something.
Right.
And I wanted to make it personal. I wanted people to know that, like, I took my time and I put love into this. I put a lot of dedication into it. I put a lot of my story into it. I got personal with it, and to also see that I'm mentoring leaders.
Okay.
And leaders create leaders. They don't create followers.
Right.
And in order to be a leader, you have to first see yourself, accept yourself, and not be ashamed of anything that you go through, because again, we don't know who's sharing stories.
Right.
And that is a part of what I teach the girls, you know. So upon letting them know about the book, I said, okay, so you guys are going to be a part too. And they thought, because we do a lot of photo shoots, we do a lot of videos, we do a lot of creative things. So they thought, you know, okay, so we're going to do pictures and, oh, we're doing another photo shoot. And I'm like, yeah, but so we're going to go through our journals, and I want you to pick what you're comfortable with putting out, because somebody in New York, Ashley in New York that's 15, she's going to read this and say, okay, hold on. So you mean to tell me that Sydney Wilson in Washington, D.C. is going through what I'm going through, and this is what I'm not alone. And it's nothing like knowing that you're not alone.
Right. So how did the girls feel about that? Like,
they were excited. They took the books to school, posted the books. They ain't play.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They're ready for something else.
Yeah.
But they were excited.
Okay, so that's very nice to have them be a part of it. Okay, so do you incorporate, or how do you incorporate the book? Because it's like a journal where they have activities. How do you incorporate that into your mentoring sessions? Well,
I actually created a curriculum for the book that right now I'm in the midst of trying to get the curriculum into DC public schools first. And we've become an approved vendor, so that's the first thing. So the first step is knocked down.
Right.
And with the curriculum, it's a 9-week curriculum with so many different activities, but each activity goes with each chapter in the book.
Okay.
So that's one way. But also just with my style of mentoring itself, I mean, the book is like 30% of it.
Okay. Yeah, you're very personable. I like your style of mentoring.
Thank you.
Just with meeting you and talking to you over the phone, very personable.
Thank you. I think it's important. It's nothing like really being careful and getting personal. I feel like women are fragile. Like, we're delicate.
Right.
And it's so many different programs, and even in school, it's like different social issue classes that you can go to, and you go and you talk and you listen to other people talk, but you never really feel like they get it. And I don't know, anybody that I come in contact with, I want them to know, you know, hey, you're important. Just like I value my time, I value your time. I appreciate you, and I appreciate myself.
Right.
And yeah, like I don't know, I'm just all about, I don't know the word. Just,
well, I feel it. I definitely
I don't want to say
it.
being into people, but I'm all about love. And there's different ways to give love.
Right.
Even if it's just a handshake, or even if it's me telling you, like, you changed your necklace today, girl. That look okay. I see you. You know, it's just all about making people feel good.
Okay.
With me.
Good, good. So the age range, I'm mentioning this, your age range for your program and your book. What would you say your age range would be?
So my age range for my program, the youngest I will accept is 6.
Okay.
Now, the young lady that you saw me with on Fox 5, her name's Miracle Mason. And what's so crazy is because she was 5. Now, with it being 6 through 17, of course, I have girls who are 18 and 19 who are freshmen in college, and they are now junior mentors.
Okay.
But these are girls that I've had since they were 14. But for the book, I can't really put an age on it. I feel like those are life lessons that are timeless.
Okay.
And that was the goal, to make
Right.
it timeless.
Okay, because I was going to say that. I didn't know if you used the book for your mentoring sessions for the youth, but as I read through it, I felt like this can apply to me and other women that I knew.
Definitely. My mom has a hair salon called Justyn Iman Hair Salon, and she's in her late 40s. And a lot of the women that she serviced are, I want to say, 35 and up, and a lot of them purchased the book. And they were, one of her clients in particular, she's like maybe like 51 or 52, and she came in the salon. This was after the book release, and she was like, Justyn, I could pinch you. And I'm like, well, why you want to pinch me? And she said, girl, because I got to trust in myself, and I had to close the book and just take some time out and think. And I said, oh, okay, well, we on the right track then.
That's what it's there for.
So, yeah, the book, I think everybody should get it. Everybody should give it a chance. I feel like giving this book a chance is like giving yourself a chance.
Right. Okay. That's great. We can definitely work with that.
Yes.
Now, with the organization, do you have any other upcoming events you'd like to share?
So we have boot camp coming up in August. I have a celebrity charity basketball game that we're doing at the end of the year. Of course, we have our mentoring sessions, which are bi-weekly on Sundays. And I'm always speaking. I can't think, it's because I'm always, every Monday and Tuesday, I speak at a school.
Okay.
So.
Busy lady.
Yeah. I take everybody with me everywhere. So you can always go to my Instagram, my Facebook, and I'm live. You there with me.
Will do. Now, so you mentioned the different events that you have going on. So how can one join your organization or even volunteer to help out?
So you can join the organization, learn about the organization, learn about events, or just keep up with us by going to www.lacestobows.com. There's a link that says Let's Chat. You can click that link, just shoot me an email, hey, I'm interested in putting my daughter or my niece in Laces to Bows. And the way that it works is you'll send an email. After I receive the email, I set up an interview with the parents or the guardian first. Okay. Then I'll email the then I'll interview the mentee.
Okay.
These are separate interviews. Then the last interview is us together. After that, we on. That's it. I like to interview first because I like to ask people what are they expecting of me, because I have expectations. I'm expecting for you to be at your mentoring sessions. I'm expecting for you to be vulnerable. I'm expecting for you to be okay with getting uncomfortable, because that's a step to just evolving and getting better. I'm expecting, just for parents to play a role too, because it's a team effort. It's nothing that I can do on my own. We have to, it takes a village. I'm a part of their village.
Right. Okay, that's great. And as far as volunteers, they sound the same way?
Yeah, and volunteers, it's the same way. You just click the Let's Chat link and shoot me an email. But most of the time, I'm always putting out a flyer or at events. We always looking for volunteers, and it's always on social media. So, and also on Instagram and Facebook, it's just Justyn Iman.
Okay, so we will definitely be out on the lookout.
Yes.
So, and for your book, how can one purchase your book?
So you can purchase the book on lacestobows.com and also on Amazon. And just know, don't feel alarmed when you go to Amazon and they just scroll down and it lets you know that it's frequently sold with Michelle Obama's book too.
Is it?
Yes. So,
okay.
Just keep that in mind. It's frequently sold with Becoming by Michelle Obama, and that's big. Okay, that's forever First Lady.
I know that's right.
Yeah, so on Amazon and also lacestobows.com.
Well, that's great. We're definitely glad to have you here.
Thank
so excited
you.
about your organization and
you.
about the things that you're doing with the youth.
Thank you so much.
And we look forward to hearing back from you.
You definitely will. I'm family now.
Thank you. We'll be right back. Pretty Girl with a Purpose is an uplifting book geared towards young girls and women. And as I read it, with the positive affirmations and complementary activities and a curriculum built for schools, I feel this book can be uplifting for all. It is a reminder to love yourself, trust yourself, appreciate everything, take nothing for granted, and live a life of impact. Things we can all use to make ourselves and the world around us better. It is helpful to have a journal when mentoring youth, as it comes with many benefits. 3 main ones I would like to mention. It can be a great way to prompt a young person to think about different topics that they may not have considered on their own. It can be used as an outlet to express personal thoughts that they may not have been able to express verbally. And it can also be used as a reflective tool to think back on what they have learned throughout the mentoring process. Keep those benefits in mind if you're looking for ways to reach out and positively influence our youth. I would like to thank Ms. Iman for joining me today and sharing information about her nonprofit organization, Laces to Bows, a mentoring program for preteen and teenage girls, and also for sharing her book, Pretty Girl with Purpose, which reminds them of 3 words to live by: empower, inspire, and evolve. We appreciate all the work that she's doing with our young girls and look forward to the continued impact she will make in the community. If you're an author and would like to be featured on our program, you can send an email to cmjohnson@laurel.md.us or call 301-725-5300, extension 2110. We would love to have you on the show. I'm Justyn Johnson, reminding you to open a book and let it take you on your next adventure.